But unfortunately, politics is different, and the rule of the many over the rule of the few over the many. Um, that's that's essentially essentially the root of the argument between the left and the right.
Mm.
The left believe that everyone is equal. They don't believe that everybody is equal under God, because God cannot exist in such a cruel, and ironic and unforgiven world. We cannot choose our circumstances as humans. They believe that identity is something that is your identity is your political, bent. Your identity is um, is your political argument. Um, that's not true. They don't care about dialectic. They don't care about philosophy or orations. They don't care about rhetoric. They don't care about these basic classical notions. These notions build societies. You know, the classical notions from the Lyceum of Aristotle and Plato's Academy, the notions of dialectics, rhetorics, geometry, mathematics, astrophysics. They don't care about that. They just want to see, they don't even know what the future holds. Okay? When
But that's,
when they see,
guys, sorry to cut you off, but I think that's where they see the fun, that there is so much freedom. We don't know what's going to happen, and that's where, the joy is. Now, I'm not defending that,
exactly.
but I think that's the appeal.
Freedom, too much freedom, it breeds chaos,
Yeah.
because you need some instruction for being a person, being a human being. You know, there's a joke about children don't come with a manual, a guide, and there's not one way, okay, to be acculturated as a human being. Um, Most adult, they do all that work once they reach adulthood. And most people have these gaps.
Mm.
um, and unfortunately, the people who attend the universities, they are at that perfect age, that is the most, you know uh, liable, the most malleable to influence. And they don't understand that the messaging, they get in the classroom, in the study hall, um, they don't understand. They have no freedom of choice.
Yeah.
They have no freedom of choice. They just perceive these professors, to be a source of authority, and they tend to soak in a lot of these ideas that the professors promulgate. You know, it seems like I'm stuttering, okay, during this conversation, but I'm not. I'm trying to understand the lunacy.
Mm.
I'm trying to parse all the different factors, um, I'm trying to do that work with myself, how these kinds of people, how they think. Now, when we argue or we prognosticate or we put forth the notion, we postulate, okay? Let's take the aphorism, the title of this conversation, okay? Masculinity under attack, yeah? All
Mostly,
cap,
guys,
all
sorry.
cap, okay?
Just one
So,
comment. That's mostly marketing, right?
yeah, okay. Okay, all caps. Okay, it's not specifically for this conversation, but it's
Yeah.
so the aphorism. Okay, um, if you ever read, Spinoza or Nietzsche, okay, they tend to write in aphorisms.
Yeah.
They are very short statements that contain within them, a whole lot of knowledge. Masculinity is most definitely under attack as a notion, as a principle, as a social role. You know, um, masculinity is it cannot be disassociated with maleness. You know, with the male figure and men specifically. When I say men, I mean cisgendered males. They were born with the same, they were assigned the same gender as they identify as. Okay. I'm very careful about that because I agree with the notion that you shouldn't judge anybody by, what definition they give to themselves or how they choose to present themselves. It doesn't matter which pronoun you choose to present yourself. Um, so I'm very careful about that because that's the only part, okay, that I agree with, okay, and
Mhm.
the whole entire ideology. That's the only part that I actually care about. Um, because you want to be respectful. I don't care. I don't care who you are, okay? As a person, I don't care about your background, your creed, your color, your religion, your nationality, ethnicity. I don't care about that. I want to be respectful as a fellow human being. And unfortunately, these 20 somethings, that go into university or even 18. So these teens, they go to universities. They were brought up a certain way. Some of them were already fed a lot of. They were a lot of their parents disseminated, okay, or propagated or instilled in them a lot of ideologies that they actually concur with. They see the representations and they see um, actually positive discrimination being implemented. We said the ontological world as opposed to epistemological world, where subjective truth is the only thing that matters. Only your self-expression as an individual and the way that you choose to present yourself and the way you convey yourself to the world. That's the only prism that actually matters. It doesn't matter, okay? Only the surface level, okay? Only the exterior matters, okay? Um, and unfortunately, that is not the way to conduct yourself as an individual, and not even as a human being in this world. Okay, individuals are distinguished by their own attributes, their own kind of their own hobbies and their own occupations, their career paths, their personal relationships, all that stuff. And even it's not the correct way or even the right way uh, to act as an individual with being this all the time. You need to scrutinize yourself. You need to check your imbalances. Okay, you have to achieve parity at every step.
Mm.
Okay, so you cannot open a door for a female if you're a man because you perceive her to be weaker than yourself, and that is wrong.
Yeah.
But this is a wrong type of thinking.
But then
It's
I
it's
think the funny
simply
thing, just on that, the funny thing, I think there'll be an exception if you are homosexual or if you are black. Then it's fine. Which, by definition,
okay. We can
it doesn't
go
make any
into
sense.
that, and I'm going to tell you that even traditional male homosexuality is under attack.
Yes.
You know that.
Hmm. Yeah. So that.
Even you're not attracted to other males because males they are a toxic, okay, influence. They are a very violent, okay, creature in nature. They have their own angst, okay. They tend to be very violent. They tend to be very forward. Um, they can hurt you. They can hurt you in numerous ways, and you cannot be attracted to a traditional, masculine male. Um, no, you need to perceive yourself as a female. You need to. We call this apotheosis. Okay,
Yeah.
apotheosis to ascend to a higher status. So you need to you
Yes.
need to shed the mortal
Not a
shell.
strong card anymore, just to be gay. You want to go. You want to go
No,
far.
it's not
You need
enough.
more. You need
It's not progressive enough. Okay,
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
it, it doesn't compute. Okay, it doesn't correlate with the current, most fashionable ideology. So
It needs to be combined.
it's not trendy enough. It's not
Yeah.
trendy enough. It's not marketable. Yeah.